to the New England Patriots because the Patriots are making all kinds of moves. I mean, they're just going after it. I'm loving what Braves is doing with the free agent market here. Let's start with the most recent. Stefon Diggs, 3 years, $69 million, $23 million per year, which based on where the receiver market is not the top of it. Granted, he's 31 years old, coming off a torn ACL. Your reaction to this deal?
Well, to me, I like it. I think it looks like a 1-year deal, like a 1 year, basically 1 year, $26 million deal. So they have a lot of money initially invested in the guy, but it's only a 1-year deal. The biggest thing for him is come in, make sure he's healthy, and make sure that he's on good behavior. Stefon Diggs, you know how he is with his personality. And Mike Vrabel, he's not going to tolerate that. But the one thing I do like about Stefon is Stefon's a hard worker. He works hard. And that's something that a lot of the players, the coaches respect. You come in, you be a pro. He shouldn't have any problems with Braves. I actually like the move, Coach.
Well, I'm just wondering, what are you getting? Okay, Stefon Diggs, I remember the miracle in Minnesota. And then the next year, he's in Buffalo. And then, he's playing great ball for Buffalo. And then he's in Houston. And they've got a young quarterback who loves him. And now all of a sudden, he's in New England. So, what's going on there? If Stefon Diggs comes in and plays ball, and if you're right, if Mike Vrabel can lay that hammer down and say, this is what we need from you, and this is how you got to be a Patriot, and he plays like he can play, it'll be good for him.
Yeah, and I think he's getting a little older now, and people are not going to deal with his antics as much because he's coming off injury, he's getting older, and he's getting, and he's expensive, $26 million. So I think he understands that I have to come in here. I got a lot to prove. I got to be able to prove first that I can get through an entire season without missing games. And then I have to prove that I can still play on a Pro Bowl level. If he does that and the pressure's on him. But to me, I love the Milton Williams signing because it gives them that pass rushing big guy in the interior of that defense. Not just a run stopper, but a pass rusher. And the thing about Milton, Coach, that I have to that I'll be watching, what will be his impact without Jalen Carter? Jalen Carter received a lot of double and triple teams, Josh Sweat, Nolan Harrison. So in Philly, he had a lot of one-on-ones. But in New England, he's going to be their version of Jalen Carter, where he's receiving all the attention. Will he still be able to dominate and do those type of things? But that's something that you pay close attention to.
Yeah, and they paid him 4 years, 104. Yeah, that's a lot of money. It was interesting just reading about him because you watch him play all year. He only played 48% of the defensive snaps in 2024 for Philly. So to your point, Rodney, he was part of that rotation. And as we know, Howie Roseman, he builds a deep rotation. He likes to on that defensive line. But when you go from playing less than half to now being the guy, I mean, that's a big bet that he's going to be able to make that elevation and jump sort of at this middle part, really the prime of his career here.
And Vrabel talked about that. Vrabel said, hey, you better get in shape because you're going to be playing a lot more than 48, 50%. You're going to be basically playing the entire game when you pay somebody that type of money. But I also like the Harold Landry. Harold Landry's been he's been a good pass rusher for a long time in Tennessee. Go ahead, Coach, if you want to jump in.
Yeah, no, you're talking about an underrated guy who was tough and wreaks havoc in the middle there. Yeah, that to me was a great signing.
And also you think about Carlton Davis. Christian Gonzalez, he's turned himself in one of the top 7 or 8 cornerbacks in the National Football League. And then when you get a guy like Carlton Davis, a tough physical guy that can play man, he can play zone, and just an overall veteran, I think it really adds to their secondary. So I like the guys that Mike Vrabel has brought in. These are guys that are team guys that, everything's about the team and it's not about me. And I'm really excited for this defense in particular.
Yeah, and they paid him. Davis 3 years, $60 million. That deal is 34.5, fully guaranteed. Is the Super Bowl champ, of course, with Tampa back in. We were talking the Tom Brady days earlier, and then he went to Detroit last year. He made Detroit better last year, and maybe more than anything, you felt his absence. Remember when he broke the jaw late in the year, Coach?
Oh, that hurt them. Yeah,
it hurt him. It hurt him. You like the signing of Carlton Davis as well?
I do, and I think they're going into a great system. Mike Vrabel, a no-nonsense coach. I know how they're going to play on defense. If that carries over to the offensive side and Stefon Diggs plays with that type of mentality, I think they, watch out.
And last point for me, guys, if the Pats are sitting at 4, which I think 4 is a heck of a spot. I mean, you can get whatever you want. And I think, and just like I said a couple months ago, Coach, and you laughed at me, I said I want Will Campbell as my left tackle, and that has not changed. It's a lot of talented guys, a lot of, you can get, once again, distracted by the shiny objects, the wide receivers, and all these guys. But at the end of the day, I'm taking that left tackle. I know this is a young man that's going to come in. He's going to be my starter from day one. He'll probably be my left tackle the next 10, 11 years, and that he's going to do the right thing. And if you listen to him and know his personality, you know he's a leader. He comes in right away, and he's going to become that leader. So now him and Drake May, they get an opportunity to grow together. That is awesome for 2 young players. And they're cheap. They're still on rookie deals, man. It's not like he's going to come in making $35 million a year. So
that's good points. Very good points.
Yeah, I feel like Vrabel has a little hardball in his DNA. We saw Harbaugh do that in the top 5 picks last year. Sure worked out with them and Joe Alt. We'll see if they do the exact same thing. Yeah, I think that's smart.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.